I think that the reason that cancel culture is causing so much trouble, or it's such a problem for so many people, so many liberals, is because it is undirected, it is unfocused, there is no guiding institution behind it that can deal with these kinds of cases in a transparent and accountable manner that can actually mete out justice in a way that is good for society and for the victims of whatever crime is in question here, and which does not at the same time reproduce the penal institutions that we are all at least nominally opposed to. So the reason that cancel culture is causing such a problem is because there is no revolutionary party. Actually, I don't mean to put that one in scare quotes. There is no revolutionary party that is directing, not that has an institution that can actually effectively deal with all of the allegations that are being made. So obviously, because it is this idea of cancel culture mostly does pertain to the issue of sex crimes, rape, sexual assault, that sort of thing. Let's keep it to that. So obviously we all know that the vast majority of rapes go unreported, and then the vast majority of the ones that do go reported result in no conviction for the accused rapists. So this idea that there's so many women making all these false rape allegations, all these false sex crime allegations, just for clout or whatever, it is pretty specious. But even if it is true, if there are cases in which that does occur, and I know that there are, whether or not the woman is doing it for clout or whatever, there are many reasons that somebody would make a false rape allegation, but that is such a minor issue. That doesn't really reflect the actual pressing issue, which is getting justice for rape victims and creating a climate and institution where the people who are not reporting the rapes can report the rapes, and something can actually happen. So I think that the reason that so many liberals are up in a tizzy about cancel culture or whatever is obviously because those few false allegations that are made, those vastly disproportionately few false allegations threaten their class interests, whether or not they are actually part of the class that has power and therefore would be threatened by false allegations. We know that a lot of people in society are indoctrinated into liberalism and therefore share class allegiance with people that they are in fact in opposition to. So the idea that it is a bit of a distraction to focus on this issue of false allegations when the actual pressing issue is creating an institution, a justice system that can foster a culture of sexual abuse victims, of victims in general, coming forward, reporting whatever crime has transpired against them, and this institution being able to actually deal with those crimes in a way that it doesn't just replicate the penal institution, as I said, and that means ostracizing someone from the community. That is calling people out and just effectively banishing them from whatever community they're in. That may be a temporary stopgap, effective measure if we're actually dealing with a legitimate threat, but that is not a real way of dealing with these issues, in my opinion, because like that is just like transposing the prison cell onto another area of society. And the actual way to deal with these sorts of things is to call people in and to rehabilitate them. But like obviously that creates like so much work. Like the fact is that a transformative justice institution would require so much more resources than a penal institution. Just in terms of like human and like community-based activity, like the idea of like some kind of community rehab program for like misconduct for like sex criminals, it's like hugely demanding. And then like being able to like effectively like parse the accusations and like actually like deal with them, because like the idea, even though it is a disproportionately small number of what is happening, like you obviously want your justice system to be able to deal with false allegations, to have like to be accountable and to have methods that are like transparent, publicly available, and like up for revision, and which like take into account like that phenomena, which I really want to emphasize should not be the primary focus, even though it is the primary focus in society. Anyway, my opinion is that the reason that all of this shit is happening and like all of these fucking accusations are just like flying around willy-nilly, you have like new accounts popping up all the time dedicated to like calling people out, people getting called out, losing their jobs, people getting proved to like be totally lying. Like there's that big thing recently with Justin Bieber, which was like totally proven, as far as I can tell, to be like a complete fabrication. There's that thing with Conor Burst, which that was like several years ago, and I doubt anybody remembers it, but I also like think that was pretty false, although who knows, who really knows. But the reason I think that there's so many like accusations going around, like undirected, unfocused, all of these people like on the ground trying to like try to get justice for themselves and for victims of sexual abuse, rape, misconduct, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is because like there's no institution that they can go to. These people are all trying to erect their own mini institutions. That's what they're trying to do. That's what these like accounts. Recently, this account came out in my city called Surviving the Art World. It's like an Instagram account. It's whatever. I won't actually talk about it, but like this is an account that is like trying to provide like an institutionalized, professionalized structure for to get justice for victims. And like that is in some sense laudable, but like the fact is that they are not doing it properly. Like there's no real vetting. There's simply a form that you fill out, and then your shit gets uploaded, like your story gets uploaded, and like they tag all the institutions in question. And like I know that I've said that like the amount of false allegations is like disproportionately small, which is true, but at the same time, like you can't just go around like firing at full blast all the time, otherwise you're just going to like alert the enemy, and like you're actually going to take away steam from this movement. Rather than like building a movement, my belief is that, you know, by just like blanketly trying to get everybody canceled based on whatever allegation that comes forward, and trying to like enact the same measure of cancellation and like all these professional consequences for people based on like vastly varying crimes, like it is not effective. It is not really justice. It is not transparent. There's no accountability there on the part of the institution. There's no calling in of the person who is, you know, accused. There's no there's no process set up in advance for the accused to go through to potentially. I mean, I also will not say whether or not an accused person should be able to regain their professional stature, their professional status. That is not for me to say, and again, it varies case by case. Like, the thing about these institutions is that the penalty needs to vary case by case according to whatever the crime is and whoever the people involved are. Like, that is why the resources involved in like a socially, like, nationwide, like, transformative justice institution are really like mind-boggling to me, and like why all of these people are trying to set up their own mini institutions, their own mini justice systems. It's because like obviously the justice system that exists, as we all know, like, it doesn't do anything for victims of sex crimes, so they're trying to get justice on their own terms, which is, you know, in a sense, like a good thing and like good on them or whatever. But at the same time, like, I really think that there needs to be an institution, and that is the role of the Revolutionary Party. The Revolutionary Party should be like guiding, and that is the institution that should be set up outside of the like conventional justice system, to like mete out justice, but in a way that does not replicate like the cops that we're trying to abolish, or the prisons that we're trying to abolish. Anyway, I'll say a bit more on like what that actually means in another video. But for now, that's just that thought.